Welcome back to Inside Texas Politics. Next month marks 2 years since that deadly ice storm almost knocked out the state's electric grid. Lawmakers have made some changes but are now looking at wider fixes, and many wonder how much regular Texans like you and I are going to get charged to keep the lights on. State Senator Nathan Johnson, a Dallas Democrat, joined us from his office at the Capitol. Senator Johnson, thanks for being back on the program here with us. Let's talk about the grid fix. It's been now almost 2 years exactly since Winter Storm Uri, revealed the problems with the grid. And we're still working on the grid. Lawmakers are still trying to figure out exactly what to do. And there are a number of ideas on that.
That's right. It is a long process. We did a lot of good work in that session, but there was a lot left to do, and it is still going to take some time. I think everybody expected that we would be further along at this point than we are, but it turns out it's complicated delivering power to 30 million people, and it requires a great deal of work, and it's going to be a while before we have a consensus on the solution.
Senator, at the end of the day, how much do you expect Texans are going to have to pay to finally get the grid fixed, to redesign the market maybe?
Really, Jason, not that much. There's a lot of talk about the burden on consumers from fixing the market. The fact is the price increases that you're seeing are due to other global forces that are affecting prices. It's not the grid fix. We've been paying too little for electricity for too long, and people don't like to hear this. But the fact is we have valued cheap electricity over reliable electricity. And if I ask you to pay $3 a month to know that you're not going to hit a blackout, you'd probably pay it. Now, I don't want to put pressure on consumers, and I think that we should, as a state, be supportive of local programs to help people who are really struggling to pay their electric bills. But at the whole state, we are going to have to recognize if you want a reliable grid, you're going to have to put some money behind it, and it's not going to be that much.
Senator, from speaking with you and from talking to other lawmakers in Austin, it seems like this is not really a partisan issue, that Republicans and Democrats are both looking for real solutions here.
That's why it's one of my favorite ones, Jason, because you can't split this into Democratic electrons and Republican protons. It's going to take the efforts of everybody, and there is not consensus within either party about what we ought to do. So we're going to have to work irrespective of party lines, and that's how most things ought to be, frankly.
Senator, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.